Tuesday, May 28th, and the Dome Bombers podcast is back. I'm your host, Christian Kruger, and I'm always joined by Neil Mieski and Brian Dorton. And we are just lifelong Astros fans that love to talk about the Astros. So, boys, let's go. Episode 50.
50.
Oh.
Wow. Feels like a landmark of some sort.
Almost. Well, I think it is. Almost a year's worth of podcasts. We're actually more than that. We've had a bunch of half pods that we did other things with. But for actual full podcast, this is episode 50. Our title sponsor is Two Gringos Chupacabra. That is the number 2, gringoschupacabra.com. They're the best rubs and seasonals out there. We love them. You can still have the fan favorites that they give out on a monthly basis. Here they are right here. They've got great stuff. You can go to their website, put in Dome 15 to still get a discount, and go to your local grocery store. If you use them, they are awesome. We support them. They support us.
Freaking
boys, we've got a lot to talk about. Don't even know where to begin. So let's recap the incredible 3-3 week against two of the worst teams in Major League Baseball.
We had a birthday somewhere in there, didn't we? At some point, didn't we?
We did.
Fitty.
We did. No, not
50.
50.
Oh, I thought this was our 50th.
Yeah,
like 50th.
50
everything.
50.
50 years old. 50.
I feel like it, but no, we're not 50 yet. We're getting closer, though. We are. I am the youngest of the group, by the way. Let's just make sure that's clear.
Don't look.
Also, yeah. That's what she said. Also, we're doing this the day after Memorial Day. We do want to give a shout out with thankful hearts to those who have served and gave the ultimate sacrifice. Us Dome Bombers here are big supporters of all that, and I hope everyone enjoyed it and got a chance to sit back, have a good time, have fun with friends and family, and also realize what Memorial Day is all about. Neil's supporting the Astro Stars and Stripes on our YouTube channel right now on his side. It looks pretty cool. So did want to shout out there. Yes, it was my birthday last week. Now we can move on because they didn't play very good last week. So who cares? 3-3. I think we all missed. I think Neil was close. I think Neil said 4-2. Congratulations. A miss is a miss. Yeah. Lose 2 or 3 to the Triple Angels, who are absolutely terrible and got swept after they left the Astros. That's awesome. And then we did win 2 of 3 from the Triple A's. However, when you lose a game to the A's, it should count as 2 losses because they absolutely suck. And yesterday on Memorial Day, we were playing the Mariners, and we lose 3-2 to the Mariners. So currently, after last night, as they're about to throw first pitch off on Tuesday, we are 24-30, 6 games under 500, and 4.5 back of those Mariners. Before I throw temp check to Mieski and then Dorton, there's some news that needs to be talked about before we get into the lineup. Jose Urquidy is pretty much toast. Glad we brought him up on multiple podcasts because there's no point. He got sent out after 58 pitches in Sugarland. He's pretty much done. I'd be shocked if we see him this year. No, that's not been confirmed, but however, it does not look good. And Christian Javier got deemed the forearm tightness and is put on the IL, which is code for so that's the latest. They sent down Joey Bats and brought up a player I can't name or call any names because, well, he sucks. So, Neil, I'll kind of recap the week and the latest news, and we'll get into a reaction there and temperature check, but fire away.
Yeah, I mean, the series against the Angels at home, losing 2 or 3 on that deal, that wasn't very promising. Going to Oakland, winning 2 or 3, again, that's winning series. I know you'd like to sweep it, but that's our current reality. We're we're steadily approaching some situations to where we're going to have to make some huge decisions. And, we talked about everything from, I'm looking at, Christian, one of your deadlines is June 1st. Another one of your deadlines was June 15th. Another one of your deadlines was June 6th.
I see what you're doing there. I see what you're doing.
So I'm not sure which one you're sticking by, but we are approaching some deadlines.
Yeah, I'm about to give you a deadline here in a
minute. But seriously, we talked about the month of May being important just because of who we're playing, division opponents, those types of things. And again, the reality is we're currently 4.5 back. If that number was different, then this conversation would be different. So again, we're in this holding pattern to see if anything breaks. For again, my deadline is the All-Star break. I think we know by the All-Star break, and again, if we're 4.5 back at that time, see me then. Is all I can say. But I'm not ready to make any kind of major decisions until the All-Star break. And Seattle series is big. We lost the first one yesterday. We got Hunter Brown tonight. That's not necessarily encouraging, but maybe, really, but at this point, if we go 2-2 in the Seattle series, I'd take that as a win right now. The starting pitching, major concern, and we can get into that. But I'm in this holding pattern still, nothing new. So,
all right, Jordan.
Pretty easy for me. We're 4.5 games back. We are 1 game back from the team up north. We are playing sub-average ball. The Mariners are playing sub-average ball. The Rangers are playing somehow way worse than we are currently. So the fact that we suck right now in a division that really sucks, at least we're not in the East, Central, or anywhere in the National League right now.
Yeah, because it would be over right now.
We would be a dead boat in the water. But we're not. And I'm going to say this again, and we've said this before. Put this team in any ALDS and any ALCS, and give me some odds.
Nope, not this team.
Well, you never know when it comes to playoffs.
Well, you got to have pitchers. That's one thing. And let me bring you two guys back to reality checks here. So you are correct. We're 4.5 back. Congratulations. There's no trophies done right now. Here's the problem. The problem is when you dig yourself a hole like we did, you can't lose 2 or 3 to the freaking Angels. They're trash. Okay? And you need to start sweeping the bad teams to make up ground. We made up 0 ground. Yes, we're in the worst division in baseball right now. Here's the problem. We have said for years before we even started this podcast, and it's fact, we were right. The Mariners have been frauds. You know how you not become a fraud? You have elite starting pitching. It actually can bring you out of being a fraud because your pitching is so good. We do not have one matchup advantage against them when it comes to starting pitching. If we go 2-2, I will be surprised. And it will be like, oh, man, we were average and we didn't make up any ground. We're not going to go 2-2 against them unless the bats somehow show up. And we'll get into that here in a minute because we actually have made ourselves worse on the bats. So here's the Mariners have the best pitching staff in the American League. They've got all right-handers that throw strikes and are studs. So that's how the matchup moving forward against the Mariners, the problem is we are now, well, I never counted Urquidy. Yes, I thought he would come back, but he's not. Now Javier's a problem. So we've actually weakened one of our weakest links against their strength. That's a problem. Okay, so let me ask you a question I wanted to ask you guys, and then we'll go further deep into this thing. Take contract out of it, because if you put the contract in it, it actually hurts this person. So I'm saying if you two guys were the Seattle's general manager, Jerry Dipoto, if you could take Framber Valdez right now over any of the Mariners starting pitching, would you do it?
I don't think so.
If Framber, if Jerry Dipoto could say, I will take Framber for nothing and I will put him in my rotation. If you were the Mariners, do you do it?
Do you take Framber Valdez
over any of their pitchers? I see what you're saying.
Over any of their starting five in their rotation?
No, not currently with their staff.
I would agree with both of you. Their number 5 pitcher, who's from New Braunfels, Bryce Miller, former Ag, Dorton, beat Framber last night.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably their you could claim he's their 4, but he's probably their 4/5. And our 2, and I know we're breaking this down into one game, right? But if you look at the pitching matchups for the rest of the series, they're not in our favor. That is my issue with being, yes, only 4.5 back, elite pitching over long haul healthy is going to, in a longer data point of 110 games, is going to extend that lead. And Jerry Dipoto is a gambler, and he will go get a bat. He will. He makes trades more than almost anybody, so he's not afraid to do that. So while y'all are correct, we're in the worst division in baseball, and we still have a shot. Our starting pitching, that's been a weakness all year, is now even worse, and I have no idea how they're going to fill Javier's spot. We already have Aaron Getty up here.
Yep.
So I don't know what we're going to do moving forward.
I saw Belak got released again.
Yeah.
Shocker.
He's on the market.
Shocker.
Yeah.
We might pick him up.
We can go back out and pick him up.
Well, that didn't last long. So we're in black and white, we're 4.5 games back, but in actual reality of health of starting pitching, it's a bad matchup for us. It's bad. Brutal. It is a bad matchup against the Mariners.
Can Taylor Scott can Taylor Scott start?
I mean, if you need him to spot start, sure, for a couple, but that's 2 or 3 innings.
Yeah.
He can't do that 2 or 3 times.
Who else do you have? Who else do you have?
This is my point. This is why I think it's actually way worse than y'all in your holding pattern or whatever. I understand why you're there, but we're way worse off after the news this week.
Well, don't worry.
McCullers
is in the bullpen.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Let's bring him up, and let's bring up Garcia.
Our savior's on the way. Don't worry.
And we wanted to argue about your Urquidy's worth. Well, that doesn't matter anymore. That guy can't stay healthy either.
If you're going to assume Javier is done for the year, yeah, we're in deep crap. We're in deep crap. But they listed him as day to day. And
he's on the 15-day IL.
I thought it was day to day, but I mean, I guess he
hit the IL.
Well, I mean, I understand what you're saying. If he's toast, holy crap, right? I mean, that ain't good.
He's hitting 88 on his fastball. He's obviously not healthy.
He's on the 15 retroactive May 24th.
So I'm with you on our starting pitching is I mean, even with him, we were saying how,
right,
without him, yeah. I mean, it's a lot of garbage.
Well, I don't know. I don't have the medical, just like you don't. I mean, we don't know if he's done for the year, but it is the forearm tightness, which is never good. It's never sure. and velo's down. Vila was down previously, and now it's down even more. Look, he's going to get shut down at some point. Period.
Yeah, I mean, if he's out of the picture, makes things way harder.
Yeah,
way harder.
Did y'all
you,
go ahead? Go ahead.
You know what we could do? We could bring up a first baseman that's negative 21 in WRC plus to help our offense score more runs.
Well,
before we could do that.
Before we get into offense, let me get into this real quick while we're on pitching, real quick.
Okay.
I did hear, I'm not sure if you guys caught this or not, but I did hear an interview with McCullers that he did recently. But this one was interesting. Did he
retire?
No. It got brought up in the interview how fans just don't understand and are pretty frustrated at the fact that, yes, you're out here pitching your coffee and you're pitching your businesses and you're taking up some roster money, but you're not making any pitches. And we have people who got hurt after you did who are planning on coming back beforehand. And in this interview, McCullers got a little huffy and started barking back at, like, you know, how fans don't understand. And, you know, just because I'm hurt and just because this and that and the other. And I'll tell you what, I've always been kind of tongue in cheek with McCullers in terms of, you know, like, yeah, okay, he's never healthy. But when I heard him kind of barking back at that, I'm okay, fine. We're paying you a lot of money and you haven't done a thing. Even when you're healthy, you're not that great, bud. You're not a stellar person on this team.
But when was the last time he was healthy?
When you're healthy, it doesn't last long.
No.
So if fans and, in my opinion, freaking back office, if they're not huffy about this, they should be. What are you doing? At this point, what are you doing? And so now you see him in the bullpen throwing a sinker, and everyone's applauding it. I'm done. I'm over it. Even if he comes back, if he comes back and is in somehow Cy Young form, which would be 10 times what he's ever been at his best, at his peak performance, if he's at some sort of like stellar form, I will reconsider what I'm thinking, but that's what it's going to take at this point.
We're already wasting too much time on that guy. I mean, he's proven that he is not worth even discussing, and yet he's stealing money from the organization.
I'm there. I haven't been to that point until I heard this interview. When I heard that interview and him barking back at people being frustrated and fans and people just don't really understand. Okay. All right. Well, I'm finished with you. You should go sell coffee. Bye-bye.
I mean, I've been finished with him for 2 years, but and
I'm gonna give him a chance. Right. I'll give him a chance. But
you have to actually put on the uniform and toe the rubber and throw an actual pitch. I'm not giving him. I don't care. I don't want to talk about him. He sucks. He's never healthy. I don't care. It's like a waste of space.
Well, the point of all that is that these guys Garcia and McCullers, who are coming back, it could be way too late.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it could be way too late.
We have no room for error. We have no room for error. And usually, I can see a path of what we're going to do if Javier is toast. I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, do you really want to bring JP France back up? No, you don't.
Yeah, that's who it is, isn't it?
I mean, it's got to be.
Pena just got robbed a home run, by the way.
Yeah, and we're down 1-0. I'm looking at that now. Yeah,
I mean, I'm gonna tell you this, and I know y'all are gonna roll your eyes, or I'll get text messages. there's a better chance we go 0-4 this week against the Mariners than 2-2.
Oh, there's no doubt.
I'm telling you.
There's no doubt. That's why I said.
And 4.5 turns into 7.5 real fast.
And I'm not saying I'm okay with it, but
we're not. But
I feel like the sooner we can pick a direction, the better off. I don't know. Maybe at least me. Maybe I can turn off these damn West Coast games.
Well, me ask you
Hallelujah.
if they
Hold on. Hallelujah. Bregman did not fly out to the third baseman.
In the 5-hole today.
He did not pop out.
Yeah,
we're
gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. You mean second
baseman?
baseman?
He actually got a single up the middle.
Good for him. Super power guy.
Hallelujah.
Neil, if Javier comes back out for the year, I really do think that it's time to pick a direction.
Yeah, I agree.
And I'm not even convinced because I just don't think he's healthy no matter what. I don't even think he has
put him
not
on the shelf.
Yeah, you got to save him. You got to save him for next year.
Yeah, put him on the shelf for next year. Yeah. Yeah, because you're counting on again. I didn't think about it, but you're right. JP Francis is the next guy.
Yeah, and Dubin.
Yeah. So
I've also changed my tone. I've changed my tune on Myers. He sucks. Nobody should want him.
Oh.
I've changed my tune there.
I would trade I don't think we're going to. Fast.
I don't think we're going to.
So fast. I would trade him.
We might as well covet it now because he's on fire. He's hitting the ball on the nails.
He's on fire.
Well, he is, but I mean, we also know what he is too.
We know who he is.
I mean, Javier and Urquidy is more reason to trade Myers now. I mean, it is. It's more reason to find some kind of pitching solution. But I don't care who it is. I mean, if they want to trade McCormick, fine. But right now, today, Myers is more valuable. Last year, McCormick was. So, I mean, whatever. I don't care. So you got to find – if you're going to – this season will not end in the playoffs if we do not make some kind of move for pitching. It won't. It will not.
Yeah, because you're assuming these 5 guys
are going to stay healthy.
Roll in France, and these are the guys for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
What the hell's going on?
I know.
Yeah.
All right. This is a perfect transition, boys. This is a perfect transition. To Singleton just walked. Bregman's on second, Singleton's on first, and up to the plate comes a first baseman who will not be named.
Yes.
So let's talk.
Yes.
Y'all go first because I think it's one of the dumbest moves in franchise history. And for a number of reasons. I mean, why are you bringing him back to face the best pitching staff in the league that has all righties? Why is he even allowed to suck at Sugarland and then get to come back?
He is remarkably worse against right-handed pitchers. Remarkably worse.
None of it makes sense.
This is where we bring him back. This is the series that we bring him back.
So I tried to get an unbiased opinion. I listened to shout out, which I'll tag them in the podcast, to Sirius XM's baseball channel, Major League Network radio, loud outs. What do you do, Dorton?
What do you think he did?
Struck out.
Grounded out.
Ground out to second?
Yeah. Grounded out. Third base. He got around on the ball.
I would rather get a colonoscopy than watch him play baseball. How about you, Dorton?
I wouldn't know.
So I turned it on this afternoon. I was doing some things, running some errands, and running the kids around. And I was like, you know what? I was fired up last night because of what they did, bringing him back. We all were, right? Astros Twitter is not on board with this whole thing. I mean, like nobody, shocker,
Yeah.
I said, you know what? I'm gonna see what Major League Baseball Network Radio says. They were like, what are they doing? What is going like? And this is CJ Nikowski, who hates the Astros, by the way. Now works for the Braves, but has been a Rangers announcer forever.
Yeah.
Hates the
Yeah.
Astros. Been an Astro hater forever. They're like, how does this make sense? One. And two, how does it make sense to bring him into the Mariners rotation?
None.
It's like,
and that's not even bringing up. Let's send Joey Bats down for him.
Yeah. Yeah. So my thoughts there. I'm not happy they sent him down. They feel like he needs more development. That's fine. I'm sorry. Like, I don't trust the Astros anymore. I just don't trust them. The guy we know is K-rate. We understand that. But if you've got Singleton, who, again, we will say, has he been good? No. Has he been average? Yes. Has he been better than the person he replaced? Absolutely.
Right.
But in my opinion, Joey Bats is a better option than Singleton, and way better option than the player that we're not going to name, who sucks and honestly is the worst Major League Baseball by numbers, is the worst Major League Baseball player in Major League Baseball currently. Guys,
so let me ask you this:
he's worse than Maldonado last year.
Let me ask you this: would you rather have Loperfido or Chaz play?
I'd say Chaz.
I mean, I'm going to go with track record.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with track record. And Chaz, I saw Chaz make a catch in the World Series, and I saw he did last year.
Right.
But why is that? Why does that have to be? Why does it have to be those two?
Well, that's what I'm saying. And I think I sent that text to you guys. Like, I understand the Loperfido part. That part, him going down with Alvarez, Dubon, Myers, Chaz.
Hadn't he been playing first base in Sugarland? Like,
yes.
Yeah, but not many games. Not many games.
He played 54 games at first base the last.
Isn't that the
2
point
years.
to start?
Okay, over 2 years.
Having him come up and play. I mean,
so
that's more than Dubon. That's more than Dubon.
Yeah,
I don't hate, by the way.
And I'm okay with development and, I mean, whatever, 17 strikeouts and 40 something at bats. I mean, yes, his average, his WRC plus, I get it. I don't hate it. And like, I think Christian, you and I were talking before we started recording. I'm okay. I mean, like, I wish Arrighetti was still down and developing and, and he's adjusted and all those kinds of things. You just want your younger guys to reach that point on their own, not be pulled up because of have to. So Loperfido, I can get over. The first baseman that we have.
Yeah, but Neil, can I say something real quick to respond to? So, okay, so tell me this. So since you said Chaz or Loperfido, and I'd say Chaz, and unless he continued to slump, but I also want to see what happens when he comes back. But yes, Chaz is the right answer there.
Sure.
Okay.
I agree.
Why? And Dorton, I mean, the same to you. Like, well, why can't it be a platoon at first base, Loperfido and Dubon?
Agree.
I mean,
agree.
And we don't know this, right? But
I know a certain infielder that we're keeping on the active roster that doesn't have any at bats,
right.
Or maybe
is a Dubon Loperfido platoon better than an Abreu Singleton every once in a while play? I know my answer to that.
I don't know. I don't know what Loperfido looks like at first, and that's not like I'm not trying to get bailed out here, but I understand.
Well, do you know what the person that we just brought back looks like at first?
Oh yeah. I know what that looks like.
He has a negative defensive runs, and he killed us last night.
So
he's trash.
Like I said, I think this is last ditch effort. Let's see if this guy, because and again, it wasn't to this level, but last year he started off beyond rotten. and steadily improved. And
Great, but let's do this against the Cardinals are coming to Minute Maid next week. Let's do this against an NL team where it doesn't have like actual ramifications, right? Like we're
but they all do. I mean,
they do. But
not
Dorton's
as
right.
much.
Like
the matchup
you're going against
this
the
week,
team you're chasing with right hand studs.
With right hand, just nothing but right-handed pitchers.
I'm with you. I get the matchup scenario and all that. I don't know. I don't understand.
But no one will explain it. No one will explain it. They won't explain it.
Lord, no.
And Neil, I don't think it's a last ditch effort. I don't. I don't. I think I do not. I don't believe them. I don't believe anything that comes out of their mouth. I don't believe Luperfido is sick. I don't believe any of the crap that comes out of that front office. I don't believe anything. The only thing that I'm reading, and I told you before we hit record, before Dorton joined us, was when he agreed to go down to Florida, that he could agree to when he could come back.
Yeah,
that's BS, man. Cut bait. I mean,
yeah. I mean,
you're doing the same thing with McCullers, basically. I mean, he hadn't done anything, so
yeah.
What, and look. The one thing I want to say is I would experiment with Dubon and Loperfido over Singleton and Abreu, and that's me saying Singleton's been better than I thought. Okay, but they're both wasting roster spots because Singleton's not going to be your future.
Right.
And I'm not trying to bag on him because he's hit some big home runs lately. Okay.
Oh, he's been fine. I mean,
he gets on base.
We compare him
but he's also inflated because of who he replaced.
Correct.
He's also inflated.
That's what I was going to say. I mean, if we threw up his stats and said this was our first baseman, how do you feel?
Yep.
We're not. Yeah, we're not good with that.
In a vacuum, he is not a great. Correct.
No.
In a vacuum, he's not that good.
I agree. Yeah.
But it pisses me off as someone, and as y'all too, have followed the farm system and everything else, that you bring up this player and everyone knew his holes. Everyone knew, and he showed that. But he comes out and at least is hitting the baseball, getting on base, hitting singles, had a double, had one home run. Yes, there's things. He took too many pitches. We get it. But then just to stop playing him because you're bringing this guy back and send him back down, I think it's BS. I think it's a bad look. Again, if you thought he needed to go back down to develop, fine. But to bring this trash up, it's a joke, man. It is horrible mismanagement. It's horrible front office. And I've got my issues with Espada right now when it comes to leaving pitchers in. But his hands are freaking tied on this deal. He's being told this is happening. And it's a joke.
Yeah, that's the part that we don't know, but I mean, we've got to assume that, hey, we're bringing first baseman back. Let's play him. Let's play him and let's let him figure this thing out. And I agree. I think Joe, there's a good chance Joe Espada took this job with the understanding that strings are pulled above him. And he goes, hey, I'm happy to be an Astro manager. I'll take it. You know, you're gonna have Dana, you're gonna have Bagwell, you're gonna have Crane. They're gonna do their stupid crap above you. And that's the way it is. And so I struggle with blaming Joe Espada. I struggle with putting it on Dana Brown because ultimately the history shows Jim Crane is Jerry Jones 2.0.
100%. I agree. I mean, it's hard to argue that because we don't know.
Yeah, we don't. But why else? What other scenario does it? I mean, this doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to put him there.
Yeah, it doesn't. So let me ask you this, and I don't even know where to begin because his numbers are so bad. I mean, serious. Like the guy is, he is my least favorite Astro of all time is Carlos Gomez. And I'm sure I can put someone else in that category, but he is like he there he if there's someone else, it's 1B because he's at the top.
Mike Fiers is the other
Oh,
candidate.
oh yeah. Actually, okay, Neil won because of what he did. No, Mike Fiers is number one, and Gomez is 1B because Gomez didn't rat out his entire team. So yes, Mike Fiers is one, and thank you for correcting me. Let me tell you what, Jose Abreu is getting so far up that list so fast. It's unbelievable. But so I don't want to just keep back. I'm tired. We all are tired of talking about him, and we shouldn't have to be because he shouldn't be on the roster. But like, not what we think, not what we hope. Like, what do we? What I guess? How long do you think this Abreu experience is going to last? And what do we think he's going to hit? Like,
what makes you think this is an experiment? What makes you think this isn't just he's back in the lineup? Suck it. Like,
well,
this is
they
it.
sent him. They sent him once. They'll do it again. Now I don't know how long that's going to be.
Yeah.
Well, they sent him. They sent him with
Jordan,
obviously with some strings.
They sent him at 0.099 and a minus 21 WRC plus. His batting average was 0.099. So I'm with you, but you can't keep. You cannot. I mean, what is he going to? There is nothing that I've seen that shows me he's even remotely ready to do anything. Nothing.
Yeah.
You know, he got an RBI, as we know, he got an RBI single last night, and he's still minus 16 WRC plus because that's how bad he's been. He's negative. He is negative defensive runs saved, and he's negative WRC plus. You know how hard that is? Be a corpse and you're zero. A corpse.
Oh my.
So, I mean, how much time are they going to give him?
Man, oh man. Yeah, and what's good enough? He bats 200. Are we impressed?
For the listeners, you know, I was at baseball practice. You guys were telling me where he was in the lineup, and I sent the text out. If he hits 4 home runs tonight, I will not care. As long I just obviously want the Astros to win, but it will not change my view on this whole deal at all if he hit 4 home runs last night. Well, guess what? He didn't. We have 7 in the lineup right now.
Yeah.
And nice job having Bregman having a hot week, and we move him up, and he's done nothing since.
Yeah. Well, he got a single tonight. How about that? Right up the middle, huh?
Yeah. I mean,
you have no room for error, and you're bringing this back.
No room for error.
You have none.
None.
I mean,
yeah, I don't know.
I saw Singleton hit a ball 432 off the batter's eye to tie a ball game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I have no idea what's going on. I have no way to explain it. I don't need to see numbers. I don't need to see analytics. He sucks. He's done.
I just hope it's a last ditch effort to find out if he's fixable. And I don't think we'll have another send them to Florida moment. I don't feel that way. I feel like the next stumble bum is the last. And
okay, but how much time are you giving that?
Yeah, that's a great question. That's a great question.
But Neil, I mean, you're right. I agree. I mean, not only does he not meet the stat test, I mean, just watching the guy.
Exactly.
I don't know what whoever's watching him in high school ball down in Florida and then in Sugarland who says, I know the stats don't look it, but you know, his bat speed is right. And, you know, he just looks it. He doesn't. I'm
So
I'm watching the guy. I'm watching
this is
the guy
interesting.
in Major League Baseball,
Yep.
and he
Yeah.
looks the exact same.
I'm gonna reference y'all. I'm gonna reference the loud outs again, and I'm gonna tag them this afternoon. Ryan Spielborgs, who played for the Rockies for a long time, he's actually really good. I like listening to him. He said the Rockies tried him out when he was coming over from Cuba, and they finished second to the White Sox. And this was what 2015, 16, whatever it was. And he said Spielberg was there because he's an announcer for the Rockies now. And he said, and he was hitting the ball out of the ballpark, like the ball. He wasn't hitting Rocky Mountain home runs 20 feet over the fence. He was hitting 480 and 490 and 500-foot bombs, and he was wanting him so bad to sign with the Rockies. Yeah, I know, and that's just like last night he cues one off second base. I think he hit that ball 21 miles an hour.
That was terrible. Again, credit to the second baseman for sacrificing his life on that one.
He really got in front of it. And
it was a tough play. I mean,
Roger Dorn.
Yes.
Olay.
Anything we want to do before we move off of this guy? Because I'm
I'm done with that.
I cannot believe he's in the lineup. I can't believe he's on the roster. I can't believe it.
It's fitting for the year.
Where do you think his WRC plus is going to end up at?
In the negatives. I mean, like I don't see it. He
It's
doesn't
impossible.
get. Well, where's it right now?
I know. I mean, I know.
Yeah, I mean,
like you assume that he's going to get better.
This, like, I think people need to understand this. I know you're right. Who was the worst hitter in baseball last year?
Maldi.
On our team?
Yep.
Maldi.
Well, Maldi he's like twice as bad as Maldi.
Oh, I would give anything to have Maldi hitting in that position. Maldi had 3-4 times the amount of just fluke home runs. How many times did we say, good God, why is Maldi in the... Oh, he hit a home run. Oh, look at there. Look at there.
I know.
How many times did we do that? And I'm not going to take it back. He shouldn't have been in the lineup last year over Yanir. But that being said...
But he looks like Babe Ruth compared to this guy.
Yeah.
He does.
That's so sad. The worst hitter in baseball 2 years in a row is on the Astros, and it's a different player.
And it's overshadowing how crappy Bregman is.
100%, and he's bad. Like, I cannot believe after 1 week they moved him up to fourth. I'm like, why? Let him be down there and see fastballs and whatever. Why?
Yeah.
All right.
That's kind of the other shame in this is there's not enough attention to his crappiness.
Yeah,
I
agree.
I agree.
I mean,
you know why?
It's
why?
It's the whole, survival.
No, because he looks like Barry Bonds compared to the other guy.
That's what I'm saying. It's the survivor. You don't want to be the worst guy on the island.
Yeah, you don't have to be first.
You don't got to be first. You just don't
last.
want to finish last.
Yeah, no.
And we know who last is.
Okay,
Man.
so let's transition because I don't know where he's going to end up either. I don't know. It's so sad.
Clue.
It's pathetic. When do we need to start having conversation about Jordan?
Another guy underperforming.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
I'm worried. I'm worried that I'm just worried he's not healthy. And I don't know what it is. He's not having the pop. The ball explodes off his bat. I'm just worried that he's not, he's got an injury history. I'm just worried that he's grinding through stuff. And I don't know, maybe he's just struggling. But the ball is just not it's not exploding off of his bat
He's got
like
9 home
it
runs.
does on
That's not 9 home runs in 40, what, 54, 55 games?
you know
I don't.
no, and you know how many times he's hit the that's you basically how many times he's hit the ball to warning track? A lot.
Yeah.
The ball is not there's not it's just I don't know. And that's what makes me think there's something wrong with him. I don't know. Maybe it's just in that slump he fights through it. I'm concerned because the ball's not doing what it normally does off his bat.
The
He
kid's
still has
still
pretty
batting
high.
263.
Yeah, I mean, he still has
And
pretty solid exit velo, but not consistent. And I don't know. Yeah, I agree with you. Again, it's the survivor mentality here. We don't spend enough time on him because of Bregman, we don't spend enough time on because of the first baseman. And really for that matter, Yanair. I mean,
I know.
he's in the mix.
yeah,
I was
as far as
going there next.
underachievers. And again, you look at the numbers and you go, yeah, that's why we're 4 games, 4.5, whatever behind and 4 games under. Key guys are not performing. And yes, we're playing better against lesser competition, and we're yada 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 yada. And then our schedule for the remainder of the year is this and whatever. I don't know. I just it's even if those guys are raking, we still have issues in the starting pitching, and that's not something that's got a great answer.
Yanier is currently 85 WRC plus, 15% below the average catcher, average major league player. That's
how's it? It seems like teams run whenever the hell they want.
well.
You want to?
I
how
will
much
say
of that is
this.
on him, or how much is
Yeah,
because
I'm
I
not.
saw.
I'm not.
I will say
Yeah,
this:
a
I just
ton.
saw they just stole a base, and I no joke, Hunter didn't even look over his left shoulder.
Javier is really slow to the plate. Hunter Brown needs to worry about not throwing meatballs. He's not very good at holding. We're not very good at holding runners.
Yeah, I mean
Frommer
they were
doesn't even half the time. Frommer doesn't know someone's on base.
He was halfway. That stolen base.
I'm serious.
He was halfway down the line on the when Hunter still had his leg up in the air. He was halfway down the line.
Gotta laugh to keep
there
from
was no
crying,
chance.
boys.
No chance.
Diaz has a great arm, and I mean I'm sure there's things that he can work on. No doubt, he's only in his first year as a true starter, but we don't hold runners very well. We don't. The pitchers don't.
Remember that whole thing? Remember that whole thing in spring training when we were going to be the aggressors and steal a lot of bases?
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder where that. I mean,
Jordan with the single.
Bloop. Texas Leaguer, take it.
Take it. Take it.
Yeah, I mean, we've got.
I just don't.
We're not great, guys. We're not great.
No, but I think we need so many things to happen for us to overtake the Mariners. And that's my issue is you're gonna have to have Jordan be Jordan. You're gonna have to have Bregman come out of the hole. You're gonna have to have Myers keep doing what Myers doing. You're gonna have Pete. I'm scared to death. Pena's about to regress. I'm scared to death.
He just doubled.
Well, he just had a double.
Awesome. Yeah. Love it. Keep going.
No,
keep going,
yeah. I mean, and that's what good teams do. They maintain. They're not streaks. They're seasons.
They're consistent.
Yes, and we're used to that. We're used to these guys doing that. And so now we see them in this, what we'll call a slump, and assume it's a slump. But
Oh,
we could look back and go, no, that was the season they had. The cursed season of 2024. I don't know. Somehow, some freaking how, we're still even relative. Are they calling it a foul ball?
it looks kind of services beyond your Kruger's boy is beyond upset.
That's
but
not my boy. Who's foul ball?
it
Because I'm
didn't
not
look
watching.
Pena.
Pena's?
Yeah,
Penion's.
they double guy at third
it
base
looked-
is saying fair. It looked foul, but
It looked pretty foul.
down the third base line.
Yeah,
So,
I mean it was.
Are they
it
going to
was-
go review it?
I don't know what the hell's happening here.
Yeah,
The spot is out, and he brought out some McCullers coffee for the home plate umpire.
Yeah.
Service is also top
Delicious.
10 Astros I hate the most. That guy's a whiny bee.
Colors coffee.
Hey,
Yeah.
oh no, I'll save it.
No.
Oh, they're
nope, foul ball.
overturning it.
Foul ball.
There's that double, Pena. Hey, Pena. No double, bud.
No,
and
and a spot it goes
great.
back to the dugout.
Hit into a ground ball, forced out. All right. No out.
Is
So
it-
no outs, runners on second and third to 1 out, runner on first. Cool.
I didn't even see a replay. Did they show a
didn't either.
replay?
Yeah, they showed one. It was pretty close to foul. it was foul.
It was foul.
Yeah, it did not look fair.
All right. Well, Pena sucks now. Okay.
Well, he beat out a double play. How about that? He's fast enough to not hit into a double play.
This offense sucks. That's what sucks.
It's so bad, and when it comes to opportunities, it's so bad. I mean, they will hit double after double when no one's on or starting an inning, and then nothing.
Crickets.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, how much space do we have here with Bregman up?
Got
Say
one
what?
runner on.
How much faith do we have here with Bregman up?
Oh, this is double play waiting to happen. Or infield fly rule.
Yeah.
Pena needs to
go
steal.
Pena,
Just don't
he
get
did.
double up. He did?
I thought he.
I think he faked it.
Oh my gosh.
I can't believe we're sitting here live watching Bregman hit.
Oh man.
All right.
Yeah.
Anything else? Do we want to? I guess
Dome
we're.
foamer?
Yeah. None of them are worth it for me. I don't care.
I've got an honorary dome foam.
Okay.
Oh, let's hear it.
Fire
Are
away.
y'all ready?
Dome foamer player. Yeah, fire away.
This doesn't really. It doesn't even go to an Astro. It goes to a guy that has caused not just the Astros, but every Major League Baseball team
Oh.
tremendous
Oh.
heartache.
Wait, time out before you do that.
Okay.
Bregman's out of the hole. We're good. He's fine.
Oh, yeah?
Bregman's fine. Yeah, we're good.
I'm not there yet.
He's fine.
Yeah, Jordan must be ahead of us.
He's
yeah.
fine. Don't worry about it. We're fine. We're up 2-1.
Oh,
Wow.
homer.
Yeah, we're good. 2 for 2 with
I wanna
the
watch
Dong
it now.
Show.
There it is. Let me tell you what. In Seattle, that takes some. He sure did.
Take that foul
That,
ball, sucker.
I can't believe I'm rooting for the Stros to go 2-2 against the Mariners. Like that is where we are right now. But all right, Neil, don't want to
Yeah.
steal your thunder.
I know exactly who you're going for.
Yeah, I do too.
Yes.
So my dome foamer, honorary dome foamer, because really, if we were to sit down at a bar, I'd order 2, and then I'd throw Angel
of 'em.
Hernandez.
Yeah.
I'd throw that beer in his face.
Yes, you betcha.
Um,
I would order 2 and then drink both of them and then give him double rods. Is what I would
I'd throw
do.
him out. Yeah.
So
So,
what's the deal? So he had a lawsuit against MLB that they settled, and part of the settlement was you retire and we pay you off. Is that what happened?
I hadn't even heard that much.
Oh yeah,
He
I just
filed
heard
a
that he had
lawsuit.
retired.
Well, he filed a lawsuit against MLB for
for
something.
sucking so bad.
Again,
He
I mean,
sucked so bad, so he
that's
sued MLB.
this isn't his
That's-
first one. This isn't his first issue with MLB.
Okay.
Uh,
That's
but
awesome.
yeah,
I didn't know
well-
you could suck at your job and then sue your job because you suck so bad at it.
I'm looking into
Well,
it. I'm really looking into the suspended with pay.
Well, someone did. Someone put a what do you do it? What do you call it? I don't
Highlight
know.
reel?
A highlight reel. Thank you on
Mhm.
Low
Twitter
light.
of his calls, third strikes, and it was egregious.
They're,
It
say
was
the least.
they're awful.
embarrassing.
So there's a good Twitter follow that's it's called Ump Scorecard. I don't know if you guys follow it or not.
Yep.
You should.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
they do every
yeah.
game. They do every game, every ump, and then they grade it. And they had a great tweet that was basically like, we to Angel Hernandez, you are the reason that we are a thing. If you didn't suck so bad, we wouldn't have as many
Yeah.
followers as we have. So
Everybody
hats off
comes
to
and
you,
checks.
Angel Hernandez.
Everybody comes and checks Angel Hernandez's score from the night before.
Yeah.
I do it all the time. I love it.
Look, if you're an umpire, if you're a referee, if you are a what do they call them in soccer?
Yep.
Who cares?
Referees, whatever.
Yeah, who cares?
If people know your name, it's because you suck, and you shouldn't be doing that. Period. If people know who you are,
It's
you
not good.
shouldn't be doing it. You should be.
That's right.
Who's calling balls and strikes behind the plate right now for the Astros?
No
I
idea.
don't know. No idea. And that's how it should be.
Yep.
No clue. Now it should be, you know who it should be. It should be the computers calling it, but that's
It's the Italian stallion. I don't know his name, but anyways, point made, no doubt. No doubt.
the computers
anyway,
always calling ball and strike, period.
Angel Hernandez gets my fake dome foamer of the week.
That's fair.
Screw that guy. All right, Dorton.
Dubon hit 500 this week.
Oh,
Done and done.
how many hits and how many bats?
He had 6 for 12.
I thought he was
5
2
for
for
10.
4 on the week. I
5
don't
for 10.
remember him playing.
Yeah.
5 for 10.
All right.
on the
Well,
week.
when you go 3-3 versus the Triple A's and Triple Angels, I'm not giving a dome foamer. I'm going to drink them all. I'm not giving away.
Double and 2 RBIs. I'll take it.
That's,
Fair.
yeah, that's trash because we started the season so bad that we have no longer that room for error. So, as Dorton alluded to as we were discussing, Alex Bregman hit a 2-run home run and we were up 2-1. So we'll see how that finishes. Do we want to do predictions for the week? We lost last night, 4 against the Mariners, 3 against the Twins.
So we got 3 more. Yeah, I mean tonight
Yep.
and 2 more,
Yeah.
and then 3 against the Twins, and then we start a series at home. Or we start the series against the Twins at home, and then
Yep.
And we stay at home
3 against St.
the
Louis.
Cardinals.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So we'll
Brian,
do,
if you're ready,
gonna
go
do-
ahead because I don't know.
do y'all want to do 7 or 6?
7.
7.
It's the week.
Out last night.
Yep, it's the week.
I think we somehow split against them, so that's 2-2, and then we win another 2 against the Twins.
4-3.
So, 4-3.
Okay. Neil?
So if we steal this one tonight, and this would be a steal. I mean,
100%.
with Hunter Brown pitching, and again, Seattle's offense sucks.
We got to. Hey,
Yes, they
one-run
do.
lead.
But I've
A
said
one-run
this.
lead is
They
not
have
enough.
a GM that will go get them a bat because he's a gambler. I'm telling you, they will get one of the top 2 bats at the trade deadline that are available. I'm telling you, they will.
And that's fine. I mean,
Yeah.
whatever.
Right now, you're right. They do suck.
Yeah. So we have Brown, Verlander, Spencer.
Verse, Castillo, Gilbert, Kirby.
Yeah. I'll pray for the split there.
Yeah.
Minnesota. Let me look at this Twins. The Twins are Twins are 6 games over 500.
Yeah, we're 600.
Yeah. At home. They're 15 and 12 on the road, 15 and 12 at home. That's encouraging. I have no idea who would pitch. I'm guessing we would rerun Blanco.
Neither do the Astros.
I'm gonna guess we're gonna rerun Blanco, Fromber, Brown.
Probably. And that's exactly
So,
what they'll do.
2-2, and all right, I'll go 4-3 also. That's yeah.
I agree. That is a optimistic 4-3 for me.
Yeah, I'm going 3-4.
That's probably more likely.
And
where are they losing?
I'm very. They're going to win one game in Seattle. I don't know why I said they're going to win 2 in Minnesota, because I don't see that. I'm telling you, 2-5.
I know
it's highly likely.
Yeah, I'm being optimistic for sure, but uh,
so 3-4 means we lose ground big time.
Oh yeah,
I think
it's been a while. It's been a while since
2
we've
and 5
lost ground. So
2 and 5 is bad.
2 and 5 would be brutal.
2 and 5 is real bad, considering who we're playing.
Yeah,
real bad. By the way, they're all wearing jackets in Seattle, so screw them. It's the hottest that I've ever felt in my life.
They're soft.
I'm gonna give a shout out to one of my coworkers and fellow 2 coworkers actually, and one of them was a former player of mine. They're headed to they hit Oakland. This is my buddy.
I saw on Facebook.
Yeah. Sean he hits ballparks every summer. So he hit Oakland, said it was the bottom of the barrel as far as stadiums goes, and he always ranks them.
I've heard.
I think tonight
21. He said it was 21 out of 21. He's been to 21 different ballparks, and it was easily 21.
I guess it's not tonight, maybe tomorrow. He's catching game in San Francisco. Phillies at San
Incredible. I've been twice. Incredible ballpark.
He's excited.
One of my all-time favorites.
He's excited. He's thinking that that could be 1, maybe 2.
The second level. If you sit in the second level, you can see the bay from the second level over the outfield seats. It's incredible. Awesome.
And then I guess
do you get to see. Do you see the homeless like it around the bay as well? Like all of the.
I'm sure you just have to walk out and just
all of the awesomeness of San Francisco.
Yeah,
I'll avoid.
Yeah,
I'll avoid that conversation because I've
already. As we're playing in Seattle.
Yeah.
Same thing.
And then so anyway, they fly out to they fly to Seattle. I guess it's going to be for game 4 of the series. And then later on in later July, I think he's headed to Toronto to catch.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Shout out to him. That's cool. I mean, that awesome. I've heard great things about the Seattle ballpark too. It looks awesome, but
yeah, he's excited about all that. But he's got a buddy, another fellow co-worker with him that is. I'm not giving his name because he's a Red Sox fan, so screw that guy.
Oh yeah.
So he sucks. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think we can wrap this bad boy up. I think we got a little fired up and don't understand everything that's going on. Hopefully they can steal one tonight and make us look all wrong next week. We did a little day later due to scheduling of all stuff going on. Also want to thanks again to all those that have served. Yep. It's summertime. Appreciate listeners like, share, give us feedback. We got some earlier that Dorton shared before the recording. Yeah, thanks, bud. Whoever sent that out. With that being said, go Stros.
Go Stros.
Dorton, I'll see you in a couple of days at Gilly Manor. I want to shout out to Gilly.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Exciting.
We get to head to the Great Lake Granbury to Gilly Manor. Go Stros.
Go Stros.
Go Stros.
Go college baseball.
Ooh, yeah.
Better than watching the Stros.